Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last episode, we raided the Grim Jetter's base and fought our way to their immobilized flagship, the Biocorp Undernavy's destroyer, Ceto. Damaged before, I believe, it had really... No, I don't think it was damaged before it. It sounds like it was damaged during the attack against the NFT located here in the Black Sea, and was rendered immobile during, I guess, one of the engagements that took place here. We killed Captain Grimm, the leader of the Grim Jetters, which was likely to set the pirates back somewhat in regards to their ability to claim the Black Sea or potentially raid normal merchants within the standard Underrail waters. We found logs in the destroyer, which had some interesting information about their ambush, or rather the fact that they were ambushed by either NFT or forces sympathetic to NFT before the entire armada was able to leave Core City and get to the Black Sea. Someone had rigged explosives within the cave ceiling and detonated them as part of the flotilla passed underneath. We didn't find a whole lot of motivation, however, in those logs. We don't know why the Biocorp Undernavy decided to attack NFT. None of that was listed there. And I can't remember ever finding that information anywhere, for that matter. Maybe we'll locate it during this Let's Play, but I somehow doubt it. I'm still left guessing as to why they made this attack, and as far as the best guess I can come up with is what's located down in Abyssal Station 0, especially since Biocorp themselves were aware of the pylons that can be found in other parts of Underrail. Maybe I'm wrong, that's not the reason, that's not for what happened, that wasn't why they attacked, but that's all I got at the moment. I've done some stuff off screen. I outfitted our bedroom back in our home. I didn't do any crafting, but I did pick up a bunch of crafting materials to help us make more bullets in the future. This is really pretty. I like the waterfalls down in here. I don't remember this before. And I came out here, moved some supplies into the chests that you just saw starting at, and we're exploring this cave system, which is where I believe we will find a potentially talkative Soberdian. I can't pronounce. My pronunciation of this this faction is constantly changing because I'm second guessing myself all the time about how to do it. Alright, I have to use the bathroom very quick though, so give me a few seconds and we'll be back to investigate this island. Okay. So, we've seen some traps scattered around out here. Let's put on our goggles and walk around a bit and see what else might be littering the beach here. We are near savage territory, and apparently there are some savage structures around here as well. And as I hinted, we will find a potentially, I don't know if friendly is the proper term, but maybe it is, a friendly member of the Sombardian who would be willing to talk with us. But it requires us doing things a bit smartly here. Let's see if we can actually do this. I want to find all the traps out here so I don't accidentally step on one later. Okay, let's put on our mask and head on in. Okay, there's more traps. Let's put back on our detection goggles and take a peek around. We definitely don't want to step on anything that's a spirit poison trap. That could actually kill us if we're very, very unlucky. Yangwar. Or Yangwar. I don't see any other traps. Let's go ahead and talk with him. He's not red, so he's not hostile at this moment. He could be hostile if we get too close. Etaberin! The man swiftly grabs his spear and assumes a fighting stance. Remain still and wait to see what happens. He reacts to your stillness with swift movement. He advances forward, skillfully maintaining his stance and keeping himself well behind the deadly tip of his spear, which is now, in turn, getting dangerously close to your body. Forkscar Flotsumer! The name roots him in place. It does not disarm the man. The spear tip still hovers before you, but instead makes him echo the name, uttering it with great respect and pride. Forkscar Flotsumer. Forkscar Flotsumer! He echoes it again, louder and fiercer. Forkscar Flotsumer! Forkscar Flotsumer! We say it again. Derl. Herksperdirian. Ot mentard letal. Shrug your shoulders. He briefly inspects you, his eyes mostly focused on your upper body. Der nicht fratan det surblonto flieg. Met flotsumer del Forksgarden. Balogne. You both stare at each other motionlessly. As the atmosphere begins to cool down, you notice a pleasant smell of crab meat being cooked over a steady, calm fire. The sight of it glimmering so succulently is as inviting as the host wasn't during the first moments of your encounter. But even that seems to be changing. The man slowly crouches next to the fire, places his spear at his feet, and checks the tender meat. He is still quite cautious of you, but seems at ease enough that you may attempt to approach him. Decker. Point your finger at him. He observes you with an expression of countenance. Pat your chest again. Decker. Me. You? He hesitates. Then he places his hand on his chest and imitates your gesture. Yangwal. Ik. Yangwal. Durl. Decker. It's at this point, normally in the past, I would take out a book, which I have over here, and begin writing a translation down so I would be able to speak with him in his own language. I think I'll do this. Let's see. So, I have actually only successfully talked with him once before. My other characters, I kind of bumbled it every single time with them when I attempted to communicate. I did the wrong actions to start when I would encounter him. I'm not familiar with the language that they speak, and I would very much like to at least have some of it written down when I see some of these words they utter. So, ik, or Ike, must mean me, and der must mean you. He returns to his work, producing a few skewers made from bone from the leather sack next to him. He seems focused on food preparation, but is indubitably aware of everything you do. He moves the cooked meat from the fire and replaces it with fresh skewers. Approach him and stand by the fire with him. He shows no objection to you approaching him. Observe him. Now that you don't have to worry about him driving his spear between your eyes, at least at this moment, you can use the aforementioned to observe him at leisure. For instance, only now do you notice that his left forearm and hand are larger and of less regular shape than his right. The fingers are thicker and somewhat crooked at the joints, making them less dexterous when doing fine, precise work, such as putting meat on or turning the skewers. And the scales on that arm almost form a sturdy reptilian gauntlet. Almost, as there are a few patches of exposed purple-red flesh. There are many other details you notice. The tattoo on his chest, the same one you keep around. Oh, I'm sorry, the same one you keep seeing around. The numerous bony piercings, the quality leather belt and backpack strap, the loincloth made of material much finer and oddly more elegant than the simple furry greaves he's wearing. This is new. For me, at least. Perception. So our high perception of 9 is letting us see this. There is, in fact, plenty of visual conflict in his appearance. For each of his serpentine features, there is an opposing humanizing one, like the way his scales grow around and therefore emphasize his biceps, perhaps the most recognizable symbol of male strength, or the difference between his cruder, malforming hand and his accurate, if scale-covered, normal one. Even the dominant curved lines of the tattoo are but boxed into the outlinear matrix of his pectoral and abdominal muscles. As you finish examining him, so does he finish examining you. Point at him. Yangwar. He is silent. Decker. Smart. Point your head and hope he gets it. Oh, we do all of this. Okay. Pat your chest. Decker. Brave. Look as brave as best you can. Decker. Smart. Point your head and hope he gets it. Decker. Adventurer. Use 2 fingers to imitate a person's legs, which I'm doing. None of you can see me, but I'm doing every single action that's being described here. I'm doing. No one can see me, Tim. You're not using a webcam. I don't know why I do this, but I'm doing it. I get really sucked involved when dialogue like this is going on, and I'm trying to play the part or read the part out loud. So I feel compelled to do the actions that are being that are text that. I'm trying to be emotive as well, since the text here says that I am doing these things. A moment passes. Decker. Et Barian. Dul et Barian. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna write that down really quick. So, Eterbarian must be what the type of class he is. Class he belongs to. Yangwal. Somerbarian. So, I guess that means strength. No, these might not mean that at all. These might be something similar to him. We said we're strong, smart, and adventurer. He's Sombardian, scared. I think that means perceptive, right? Because that's what skaters are. That's the. Is it the term for the archers, or is that the term for the spellcasters? I can't remember now for them. Sumerbarian. So, right now, I also realize, everyone, that I'm going to be trying to learn this with you guys. So, I have a hunch a lot of this video is just going to be me taking notes and you hearing what's going on in my head as I try to piece together what we're learning and why I am thinking the way I am in regards to this. So, Trekker, Adventurer, or Scout. Scared, smart, or perceptive. Subordian, strong or brave. He then picks up his knife, a blade made of bone and painted with blood, and approaches the sand. He starts by drawing waves, then ground above it. Tents soon emerge. People and livestock follow. He draws a doming cavern above it all, and places himself to the left, where the dome meets the water, far away from his tribe. He rests the knife point on the drawn version of himself, and says, Yangwal. Yangwal. He pats his chest. So he doesn't live with his fellow people. Yangwar... outcast or prefers solitude. Decker. He points to you, and then the sand. I'm not going to draw the expedition camp. I don't think that would be very helpful. He will not understand. I think he might become hostile if we do that. Let's draw the free drone space. He'll get an idea that I am maybe fighting against a more tyrannical group. Maybe if Jaguar was outcast, maybe he will understand this. You pick up a small sharp bone and start drawing the railway. Then you draw a network of tunnels underneath of it. And then you cram an entire community of stick figures in a few small rooms with Hutch and Laser guarding the entrance. He observes your drawing with curiosity, then points at Laser. Moo? He starts mooing. Moo. Moo. Moo? No. Woof woof. So, moo must mean a cow. We've seen that they have bison. Woof woof. Bow bow. He barks like a dog as his gaze turns southeast. Yes, bow bow. He barks one more time, then turns around to check his crab meat. Point at the dead side crab. We'll continue to speak with him about things that potentially do not broach a topic that might upset him. So, I'm not going to talk about the expedition. I'm not going to ask him about why he's here. I'm not going to point to his body or skin and ask him why he looks like that. We'll stick with perhaps these. Sumberian, Surmer Barden? Flotsummer pointed at side crab. We'll probably ask about the pirate base, the muties, and Flotsummer. Let's start with the dead side crab. Klarsknit. Okay, hold on. Crackstonit equals side crab, enemy, foe. Okay. He points to the sand and then starts reenacting their fight while you keenly observe and try to understand what happened. Intelligence, observe. He had been sleeping when he heard something. Two bent horns were slowly emerging from the sand, sparks popping in and out of existence between them. Yangwar leaped just in time to dodge the first bolt of electricity, grabbing his spear along the way. He threw it, and the spear passed by the second bolt going in the opposite direction. Both projectiles hit their target, but only one was lethal. It took him a moment to recover from the hit, after which he pulled out his knife and used it to make sure the crab doesn't rise again. Draw stick figures with blobs on their bodies in the sand. Muties. What do you know about them? He points at the stick figures and spits on them. Slut Berlin. Her dranet bit. He starts drawing and gesturing. Observe and listen. The weaklings worship another, but another is weak. Instead of giving them strength, Flotsumert gave to the Sumberian, another gave them weakness. Instead of giving them wisdom, he made them dumber than crabs. Instead of giving them perception, he made them senseless. Makirin. I'm in dangerous territory because I've not asked that question before. So my last interaction with Yangwar, I was able to get him to not attack. I asked him, I think, about the side crab, and then I left. So this is actually, I think I asked him. I think I asked him about why he's living separately, and I somehow managed to anger him. No combat occurred, but he wouldn't talk to me again. And I left at that point. So I'm worried we're gonna. Well, you know what? Let's just play this, Tim. Don't be worried about it. Just try it. I'm imagining we can probably get on his good side again. I don't know how that will happen though. Maybe McKellen is his word for mutants. Erase the stick muties, as if pushing them away. Why don't you drive them away? Drive away, other place. The Serpentborn could slay them at any time, but those who relay Flotsummer's message say his will is to stay away. They should be left to the great suffering as punishment for their weakness. I'm going to write this down in a little separate area. Flotsummer says, let them suffer. Sorry, everyone. I am taking notes. Weak and pathetic. Leave them that way. Okay, let's ask about the pirates. Draw the pirate base in the sand. Eterliberlian. Max. Oh, wow. Mascarletinel. He follows it up with some cursing while you focus on trying to understand what he means. So he used Etbarden to refer to himself. So warriors, maybe, is what that means? Observe and listen. Your question seems to have evoked strong emotions in him. He frowns and blinks a few times. Then he decapitates all the little jetters with his knife. But all you're able to gather is that he doesn't think too highly of them. His exact reasons elude you, however. We're not smart enough to figure it out. Okay. One more question and then we'll go. Surmerbarian. Ich, Surmerbarian. He looks and begins pointing at the elements of the village he had drawn. The tents, the people, the livestock. However, he seems unwilling to proceed. Nik. Neke. No more? Neke, no. Point to the livestock in his drawing. Bison? Mule? Yes. Bison. He grabs his knife and begins drawing a herd of furry beasts. Even though the drawing is fairly crude and low in detail, you notice that he draws each bison, the males, females, and the young, as distinct individual creatures. Some have larger horns, some are taller, and some even draws with a unique fur pattern. From his expression and emotions, it appears that he values these creatures greatly. The bison have been given to them from below, it seems, to butcher and consume. Use their fur for clothing and tents, tendons for crossbows and stomachs for holding liquid, bones for everything else. The most beautiful and strongest bison are sacrificed to the serpents of Flotsummer, thrown into the water to be devoured. Sometimes they are thrown even to men who are becoming servants, and so that they can tear it apart with their teeth alone. They reproduce quickly, growing to full adulthood in a few years. They are plentiful. Their death is invaluable and irreplaceable. Okay, let's leave him alone now. Thank you. Can we pick his pocket? The guy who I managed to successfully talk with him with was a psychic, and I don't think I had pickpocket with him. What's the worst that happens? We just saved the game. I'll take his vitality powder. If we end up fighting, I won't want him to have it. Okay, so we met Yangwar and talked to him for like 20 minutes. We'll come back and talk with him later. You guys know by now that I like spacing things out as opposed to exhausting all the dialogue options all at once. So we'll come back for him later. And we have some rubble here that I completely missed. Ah, a forked rock. I guess we'll just take it. And nothing else. Alright, Tim. So, what do we do now? So we could try making our way back. We could go back to the J-Ace HQ and see if we're allowed to enter that facility. We could also, while we're there, maybe eliminate more of the savages, or Sombordian, you know. We're learning more about their culture and how they work, so why not also kill them? So let's see. So if I'm going to do that, I need to find a place to park my boat. I'm not allowed to disembark here. According to this note, we left this area in combat. And these will be back. I think I have already studied all of the serpent bits I'm allowed to, right? It was leprous tongues? It was leprous tongues. White leprous tongues, Tim. Okay, so we've got all 4 of them, and then I think it was the mustachio. I'm pretty sure we got both of them. So there's no reason now for me to engage these sea serpents. I guess we'll just do the combat from our jet ski. Let's have some morphine. Okay, and we'll try killing... Oh, they're Krigsfars are the names of the ones with the crossbow. So it's not perspective. It must be smart. It's not a good chance to hit Tim. Stick with your whatchamacallit weapon. Oh! I switched to our JHP rounds. I really should be using it against them. Their armor doesn't look like it's very resilient. It doesn't give them much protection. We're still in combat. I feel kind of bad for picking off all the old folks. On that same note, these guys are jerks. So we are going to kill all of them. I still can't leave combat. Something sees me. But we're not being fired upon. Okay. We are a little... Oh, we're wounded, but we're regenerating. So let's just stay here for a tiny bit. Let's go ahead and charge our glow a little bit. Oh, okay. There was a melee guy with a sledgehammer there. And they scared her. Smart or Oh, this must be what he's trying to become. Man, I feel really bad for this because you can't reach us. So I'm perfectly fine with this. This is acceptable. Ah, Nick Cronenberg. Yeah, with Cronenberg yourself, sir. This is actually a really great spot to pick them off from. Tim says as he ventures forward a bit. Ooh, okay. There's a crossbow guy. Let's go ahead and head right up to him. He's kind of armored. We'll switch back to our normal bullets then. I don't really want to be hit by the guy with the sledgehammer. Alright. We've landed. Let's see where they come from now. I heard vitality powder. Okay, so he just took that. Ich flotte mal, Candice. We're still in combat, so something else sees us. Let's try to move. I mean, I haven't explored this area, so I don't know what's safe, but I'm worried there's more crossbow guys out here. Let's actually activate our shield as well. Okay, guy with the sledgehammer. I don't really want to move up to shoot at him, so I'll stay back here. Hey, no going after my boat. I still can't leave combat. There's no one inside the giant tent. It's probably women or more old men who are running away from me, would be my guess. No one's out over here. Yep. We have an old woman over there and another girl. We'll have to kill them, though. So let's go ahead and do that. They'll keep bringing us into combat, and I don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and just eliminate them. Alright. Fun. They're dead. I always feel a little guilty killing civilians. But I'll get over it. Let's see what they have. Marsh honey. And various other drugs that the Sombardian like to create. I'm just clearing out the corpses. And I'll leave all this stuff we don't want in one of these pots or a sack or something. Mushrooms. Fish. More fish. So we don't need the fish we picked up. The other stuff I do want. I wonder if we could ask Yangwar about the locusts later. And what they think of them. It looks like they probably avoid those areas. Okay, we'll just take the healing drugs off of them. I don't care about any of the crossbow bolts that they're carrying. Oops, we have more a scared corpse, vitality powder. I think we've gotten all of the oddity items off of the savages as well, I think. At least the tooth necklaces. We've got all of them that we needed. Oh, hello. Hello, Dom. Hey, more bison milk. Very nice. I'm just, again, clearing out all the healing salves. I'll leave them in a leather sack or something like that in this area. Here we go. We'll just leave all them here. Holy crap! Lots of crafting supplies for if you're into making armor. So I don't need most of those, and I don't need like half of those. Okay, let's search these 2 pots, and then we'll walk to the south. Oh, actually, we have more pots over here, too. Attention, all sect troopers! The camp is under attack! I repeat, we are under attack! All available sect troopers report to camp defense. This is Decker. I'll be there as soon as possible. Over. Roger that, Decker. Darn it. Oops, and we have another Dom in there. I'm gonna search these pots really quick. Oh, more bison milk. We want that. Okay, well, let's head back and help them defend. They probably don't even really need us with all the defenses that are currently out there. I was so wrong about those mines. Maybe it just gives you an oddity point upon completing all the camp defenses, but that's it. I suppose we'll get well, we'll see how many ships there were. Last time there was barely any savages a part of the assault. Hopefully that will be the case this time as well. And the battle, if it's not the case though, this is going to definitely, this will probably be the last thing we do this episode. Man, I want to explore more of the Savage territory, and possibly begin JSHQ, but this is going to really delay us. Alright, let's do this. We need some food as well. Let's have another eel sandwich. I think we, as usual, hold this side. I guess at least one boat here. Let's switch to our JHP rounds for this fight. Lupe. Deployed some stronger forces to start this assault. But with all our camp defenses, I don't think they're gonna get very far. Oh wow, now your protector decided to walk through the upper portion of the camp. That's interesting. Ik float zomaar kandestresk. I really don't know why I'm using special bullets for this. I definitely should not. And the enemies seem to target what's already been weakened and might die on its own, with through bleeds or through walking on traps or something of the sort. So we'll go back to using standard rounds for the rest of this. Oh, we stepped on a crawler caltrop. Okay, all of Aegis Incorporated went over here to the right, leaving this portion of the beach completely, or mostly undefended. Our Naga Protector is also on the right, so we're gonna want to, I think, help over on this side. Let's use bullet time to help us with this. I really don't want to get too close to them. Good job, Yehoja. That was a great hit. Dominator. These caltrops are really annoying. Yeah, I think Aegis Incorporated could probably have handled this attack by themselves without my being here. They have plenty of supplies. It doesn't look like there's too many savages a part of this attack. I might be wrong about that, though. There's more coming out of these boats. Nick Grat. Maybe that means not good? Not good enough? Because we know nicked means... I think it means not. I'm making the assumption that all the Aegis Incorporated on the right-hand side can handle what's happening over on that side. By the way. I think because they have the Naga Protector over there, they'll be fine. Incompetent. Mostly just crossbowmen left now. So I think we successfully pulsed this group of savages. We're gonna talk with Briggs when we're done with this fight and see how well the Aegis Incorporated is holding up here. Oh, they still have more meleeers coming out of those boats. Uh-oh, looks like we're losing at least one Aegis Incorporated member as well. I don't think Tim, you move up anymore. Mecratic tibia! Dash back a little bit. Probably should use some morphine here. Oh, good for that sec trooper. Just charging up. He really wants to hold that position. And now the Aegis Incorporated on this side's, on the right-hand side, is joining us on this side. So they probably have cleaned out everything on that side of the beach. I think you're dying, sec trooper. He really should be picking off the Kriegsfars. Unfortunately, we kind of need to deal with this guy. Uh-oh. You're kidding me. Let's have some adrenaline. Tons of hit points on these guys. Really are tanks. I really like the savage battles. At least on normal, I like these savage battles. I'm guessing on dominating, there are so many savages. I'm imagining there's at least twice as much. 2 times as many. Looks like we're losing at least one sec trooper. Oh, that's not it for combat? Must be more Kriegsfars on this side of the beach. Yeah, it can't end combat, so there's at least one left somewhere. Oh, there's a Spearter and a Kriegsfar down here. Like a protector, working out like a champ. All right. Why are we still in combat? What's going on? Why are we still in combat? Is it the caltrops? Is someone from Aegis Incorporated, like, angry at us? No. Okay, that was really weird. Also kind of cool how they all in synchronized shield recharging right there. Alright, there's no reason for me to search these corpses. While they might have more vitality powder, I'm not in any danger of running out of vitality powder. So I'm just going to leave them all here instead of searching them. We know there's no weaponry interests us. I don't think there's any other unique oddities they might have. I guess we'll search like 2 of their corpses. I'll take 1, maybe a second vitality powder, and that will do. Okay, so let's go and talk with Chief Briggs about the supplies that Aegis Incorporated has left, and then we'll call the session. And stunned. I will also... Actually, let's also purchase some more antidotes. We used like 10 of them in that battle. And most of that was because of the caltrops I was stepping on. Also, Tim, you did use your Power Fist a bunch, so let's recharge that. And also, you should recharge your watch. You should probably repair your equipment as well. So your Power Fist needs repair. This needs a repair. And I think next episode we will go towards the JSHQ and begin clearing that area out. So this is not Chief Briggs. This is Lattleman and Marcus. Chief, what's the camp's security status? There are currently 32 sect troopers defending the camp. Our firearm and ammunition supplies are satisfactory. High-tech equipment supplies? Very good. Medical supplies satisfactory. Our jet ski numbers are very good. That is all. Leave you to your work, sir. So sounds like they can repulse probably 3 or 4 more attacks before they're out of medical supplies and or ammunition. I'm thinking the next battle that occurs, I won't double back here to help fight. We'll let the Aegis Incorporated handle it themselves. Alright, well, let's stop here. Thank you guys for watching. And when we come back, we'll be on our way back to JSHQ. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks, everyone.